Now, I've mentioned this guy a time or two, Dave Kranzler, precious metals fund manager. The global supply of gold has tightened, at least a little bit, 6%, after Barrick GoldMine closure, a specific mine they have closing. It was responsible for 6% of the gold of the world. Now, while you might just argue, well, that's just 6%, it's not a big deal. 6% is 6%. An Argentinian judge has ordered an indefinite suspension of mining at Barrick's Valadero gold mine in Argentina due to a serious cyanide leak. To underscore the severity of the situation, it is being speculated that Barrick's mine manager, who is no longer working at the site, has fled to Canada to avoid any possible prosecution. Don't you love that? I just talked about a story in, was it Brazil, or it was one of these countries, South American country, rainforest area, what was it? Royal Dutch Shell, massive pollution of the water. The indigenous people, we're suing for billions. A federal judge in America says that their judges agreeing that they get the money, they win the case, was done fraudulently. So we're not going to respect that. Shell doesn't know anything. We come in, pay off some politicians, and if they don't like it, we kill them. South America, that's how we do. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch YouTube. Confessions of an Economic Hitman. It is fascinating. But payoffs usually work, as he'll tell you. We found out that paying him off, bribery money, works a lot better. So let him in, wreck your freaking country, destroy, pollute, kill, and then we're out. You guys clean that up. We're not even leaving anything to clean it up with. We're out of here. Sue us, our judges, our club members, judges, federally picked by our president, who's also a club member that we put in power, says that your lawsuit doesn't have any standing. It was done fraudulently, so we're not going to pay. So that was not too long ago. Now we have Argentina, a different country. Barrick's mine manager, who is no longer working at the site, has now fled to Canada to avoid any possible prosecution. If it's truly an accident, what's the whole prosecution thing? There shouldn't be any problem here. Should be no problem. Made a mistake, fix it, pay the people if you have to pay. If you damage the water. If you flee like that, I think there might be intent. You intentionally left these safety measures, whatever, garbage, and they broke, or whatever, because you didn't have the safety measures, and now we have a problem. That's a little different. They can prosecute you. So in my mind, that's the only reason someone needs to flee a country. Now, where was I? Lawrence Williams provides a good analysis of the situation here with the today link. However, it is also worth reading an article in the Buenos Aires Herald, which reports that the government has filed a complaint against Barrick. Argentina, let me know how that works out. You might find that the American lawyers or the Canadian, whoever, lawyers, politicians, judges, found that you came to your conclusion about Barrick and the guy that left the country as somehow fraudulent, and they won't, they're not going to find the lawsuit in your favor. Let me know how it works, but I think I got a good understanding of how this system works. Let me continue. This is an interesting development because the Valadero mine produces 6 million ounces per year, or 170 tons. This represents approximately 6% of the annual global gold mine production. It's not clear how long this mine will remain closed, certainly longer than a couple of weeks. That Barrick CEO Kelvin Dushnitsky asserted after making light of the issue at the Denver Gold Forum. In the opinion of this blog and the Mining Stock Journal, Barrick is a corporate abortion of a company and should be avoided at all costs as an investment. Okay. I guess that's about it for this story. One thought from Silver Doctor. 6% of world production is lost, so gold drops like a rock. Of course. OPEX and quarter end don't help much. It may only be down a few weeks, but that is still a pretty significant mine to be closed. Yeah. So again, bad news, markets rally. No news, markets rally. National debt, $10 trillion, markets rally. $5 trillion Federal Reserve balance sheet, markets rally. $800 billion TARP fund, markets rally. Gold, the old supply and demand thing. Supply has now been cut down a little bit, 6%. Gold hits down. Why? Because the price of gold, like in my other video, I told you the price of oil is set on the paper exchanges through pieces of paper called futures contracts. Gold is also in that category. It's a commodity. How do they trade it? Pieces of paper. And as we've discussed and even proved many times, the paper ratio to the physical thing is 500 to 1. 500 to 1 at times. When they're really struggling to set the price, they just print more paper. And then they flood the market with the paper. Oh, not enough buyers. Not enough buyers. Price goes down. That's because you're flooding the market with contracts that are meaningless. They're chasing the same one thing of physical gold, 100-ounce gold contract. There's 500 of them that claim this. Yeah, but no one ever demands delivery anyways. And those who do, we come up with a little bit they need. For now. But no matter what, 6% drop in any production should automatically, even in Wall Street world, make prices go up. Any news of anything else being in short supply or shorter supply than it was, market price goes up automatically. Gold and silver, it's end of the month, options expiration, price down. The club will manipulate until they can't manipulate. Okay? You want to know when this will end? You want to know when the webbot's going to have a spectacular hit? Precious metals exploding, panic to own, panic to buy, panic to get it. I'll give you the answer when. When the club can't rig the markets. When their market rigging ceases to work. And now they've got 6% less gold to push around the world in a hurry to put these fires out of people needing the gold. And what if another mine closes? And what if something else happens? I mean, stay tuned. That's all I can say. And keep your eye on Bitcoin, because Webbot said when you see Bitcoin hit that $1,000 mark, the data is suggesting we start to see some really interesting, in a good way, really interesting prices in precious metals, especially watching silver. And the language attached to that, by the way, was silver doubling in a very short period of time. Does it mean it'll be right? No. Could the Webbot get it wrong? Yes. But I've come to know that when that Webbot says something and it's in the data for years and it keeps coming up, silver, need it, buy it, expensive, panic to own, and it's in there for years and years, it keeps coming, it's going to happen. As sure as that sun's going to rise tomorrow morning, it is going to happen, and it will be like the Webbot described. And there will be a panic to own that stuff. Precious metals. The problem is we don't know exactly when. But based off of everything I'm seeing right now, the world being pumped up in the debt, ready for this Jubilee year thing to end, which ends, again, it's supposed to be happening any day now. I'm going to throw a, thought out there. Maybe we're getting close to it finally. And once that baby goes and people start flooding into precious metals, ain't no way that they'll be able to just keep throwing paper at it. I'm already reading that the gold market in China says that their price is a little bit higher than our market says it is. So what would any normal person do? Let me go to the American market, COMEX market, and demand delivery. And then take the gold and then sell it to the Chinese market. I can buy this cheaper here, even if it's a little bit cheaper, just a tiny bit cheaper, buy it here, sell it there for more. What's going to happen? The COMEX becomes irrelevant. No one's going to want to use it anymore. Why? I'm a gold mining company. I'm Barrick GoldMine. I'm this guy. I'm that guy. I'm First Majestic Silver. Why in the hell do I want to look at the COMEX price today? I don't even care what you say. You want to buy my silver or gold? No. The Chinese market's paying more. If you want to match that, we can do that. So you're saying you don't want to look at the COMEX, the thing we've been looking at for the last 30 years, is no longer, it's null and void. Yeah, because this one says it's worth more. And since I'm producing the product, I don't have to sell it to you. If you want to buy it from me, we're going to use the Chinese price mechanism. So what else happens to be coming up soon? 1st of October-ish, or the 30th, Friday. Was it Friday? Yeah, Friday the 30th. China, the SDR, they get their currency, Chinese currency, finally added to the SDR IMF currency basket. And they say, in order to do that, China, you have to disclose the absolute amount of gold you have. So I can't wait to hear that actual number, because I want to see, A, is China telling the truth? And if the answer is yes, they actually tell the truth on how much gold they have, then I'm going to tell you it'll be more than anything we ever thought it was. The Gold Council said it was this much. The IMF thought it was this much. And China says, actually, no, it's way up here. Matter of fact, I need a step stool at least and a step ladder. It's up here. That's how many tons we have. Oh, really? Okay. Or maybe China, for some strategic reason, won't do that and say, well, we have this much over here. Like you guys thought we had. We just got this much. And strategically, they got a lot more. Don't know how it's going to go. Have no idea. But we're going to find out. Take care.